are you today? Come to my live. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on to my live. Please stay tuned, guys. Please come in. And we have a good time knowing each other. We make friends. Friends. I have here the book today. It's gonna the book written here. It's Eat, Pray, Love. One woman searched for everything across Italy, India, and Indonesia. Looks like very old books already, guys. But I think it's interesting to read. Hello. Maybe it's interesting to read. Hello, mega love shout out. Eat, pray, love. See? Mega love shout out. Balagi. Is it Balagi? Balaji, mega love shout out. Hi. How are you? There is a book here, guys, called Eat, Pray, and Love. Looks very, very old books, but it looks like very interesting how to what is the book written here. Hi, Ading Narcy, how are you? Trying to say that one, eat, pray, and love. Want to read this kind of book? Tamsakdan, thank you. See? Haha. Introduction. How this book works, or the 109th bits. Kumusta ang Bagyo, Ading? Malamiis ka di or very, very hot? Kasano ti weather dita? Bagyo. Agbagbagyo ka di o nahaan? 13 people. Ice. Okay, mitten manan na initin. Very good nga rod ating nakasta. Aginiton. Haan nga agbagyo. kunaklano ag bagyo matiti man tayo mamalmalaman ta ag kuamanan ag nagana daydayan ag gurguruod. Ag gurguruod. Ay ket napa as usual napanmat ijay napangkanimat ijay kwa Campo Santo nagyatang-atang ket dagitay met adu ti maperpera na ket adamok musiko nga agsursursur ket tukaranda amet dagitay minminatay da ay ket makidengdengeg kamilatan ta nanginamet ti pagkasjay pagpamusiko so nga nakidengdengeg melat ta dagitay minminatayen ay yes ko ay nakidengdengeg damtlatan kaya tayo nagpamusiko tayo abay dan actually mangnagdamot amin di jayan at nakapigpig sa dahol nga Campo Santo makangagal well sana ulatan ada mabalbalin na inya manang wana kasjaylatan o makipagdengdengeg damot latan at nakadado na entero nga waket mangngegmet sana ulat nga talagan ay sana ulatan ay apay mga maawam nagyan na dito nagdagsam na tapay di agpap ayun ay Diyos ko po nagbuya damot at itay karkararwa atan maragsakan damot at nakangag damot ti musiko no makangag dapay adi ba nataydan kasano nga tangarod nga makangag da ita iti pamati tayo nga piyas-piyastaan tayo mat no mas laliman mo ang pag-analyze or pagpampanunot ba kasano nga rod nga iyat atangam ket natay damet kararwa gayam hindi kararwa ti mangan ken agdengeg kaugalian nga talaga na deta nga aldaw kat fiesta November 1 talaga nga fiesta ti minatay ko na damat at fiesta damat ay at fiesta damat But I can see the way every time you say goodbye, really it hurts. Hi, mega love shout out Kisor. Kisor. Wan, namin duwa no tete mga agalas 10 ba. Wano daduma agalaunan depende sa akto no kastoy ngamin nga ti rabi ngamin ti pinagdigdigos ko ket nabasa deti buhok ko. Habang nga agururayak aglay baklat. So far awan matpay ti kasta. Awan matpay ti reklamo ni boss. Awan matpay ti reklamo ni boss Whitey. Okay mat siguro awan matpay. What do you say, Kisor? I cannot understand you. Could you please say it right in English? Please like and share my live. And please thumbs up and like. Nancy apply. Nancy apply men. Akele. Narcy, kano? Do you understand, Narcy? What she said? Ay, Narcy. Nakakatawa mo. So man, di mat maawatan ti bagbagana. Kisor. Ay, kisor. Damag kabalyo na narsin eh. Damat ti kabalyo na. From where are you, Kisor? Kisor, pansinin mo lang. Ang Kisor. How are you, Kisor? Where are you from? Could you please write in English so that we can understand each other? Aha! Ay, nagbayag mga magaan dati mo. Si kaading narsi, napadasan ki mamindo amat may isang aldawan. Indian summer mana. What taga Indian sa? Hindi tayo doon mga Indian ka nalaing damat nga English. Dito di nansa mo ag English. Kasla dito kang kanan nga umay agat atente. Kasta nga wayda. Alamat nga English. Nagbasa pa ilang tibok ko ni. Yak magkayat agi blower akang kanayon ta. Maperdi tibok ko. Kanayon nga blower. 5 million in the house. Mega love shout out. Magsurat kayo, tapno makita kayo. When mga nano magageta ken may sa gamin sipik kaya yun una playlist tayo ay bagger when adapay may sang enjak nalpas mo tigday number 3 nyak pay nalpas isan to ti agplain to nga agpat nagday to may sa dapay mat may sa pat nagtungag play pag isunto man jay no makariing ako kapag isunto man tay anak na gana pinag-click makini manong popo da 200 plus detay kasta ko nakaurno nga te coins ko damas 7,000 plus uno 8,000 plus sa tay points ko kini popo live nang rugi at edi October 30 nagimut-mut kasi 1,000 per hour ko pa ilang ibaga na nga level 4 ako dapat ko maka 3,000 tiit-itid na nga per hour ko no level 4 ako ma hindi na magpaititid siguro back to zero ako kami in back to zero na manok may nga oras man ading narsi ikikan nakati 3,000 ni Popo Live pakto when you're when you're traveling in India, especially through holy site, 1 hour. So nga rod, 1 hour, manuti points mo nga itad na. Di 1 hour nga pinagkastada, ititad na kanya kita ka 1,000. Dapat no naka-level 4 kang tapos ibaga na nga dati ti level 4 dapat nga rod 3,000 dito na yes. Kaslamag kanya 1,000 lang ti may isang oras you also see a lot of old photographs of naked, skinny, and intimidating yogis, or sometimes even plump, kindly, and radiant yogis wearing beads too. These strings of beads are called japa malas. They have been used in India for centuries to assist devout Hindus and Buddhists and saying focus during prayerful meditation. The necklace is held in one hand and finger in a circle one bead that's for every repetition of mantra. When the medieval crusaders drove east of the holy wars, they witnessed worshippers praying with these japa malas admired the techniques and brought the idea home of Europe as a rosary. The traditional japamala is strung with 108 beads. Beads. The more esoteric circle of Eastern philosophers, the number 108 is held to be most suspicious, a perfect 3 digits multiple of 3, its components adding up to 9, which is their threes and 3, of course, and the number representing supreme balance, as anyone who has ever studied either the Holy Trinity or a simple bar stool can plainly see. Being as this whole book is about my efforts to, to find balance, I have decided to structure it like a japamala, dividing by story into 108 tails of beads. This string of 108 tails is further divided in 3 sections about Italy, India, and Indonesia, the 3 countries I visited during this year of self-inquiry. This division means that there are 36 tales in each section, which appeals to me. On a personal level, because I am writing all this during my 36th year. Now, before I get to Louis Farrakhan here with this numerology business, let me conclude by saying that I also like the idea of stringing these stories about the structure of japamala, because it is so structured. Sincere spiritual investigation is and always has been an endeavor of methodical discipline. Looking for truth is not some kind of space free for all, not even during this great age of the space free for all as both seeker and writer. I find it helpful to hang on to the beats as possible, the better to keep my attention focused of what it is I'm trying to accomplish. Okay, ading, go. Dandani malpas mo't deto yan ni. Ay, numalpas ko to mag 1 hour, nagsarda nga tumaten. Basaot man, quite interesting deto, basaot man deto book nga Eat, kanana ni, Eat, Pray, Love. Habang nga urayak nga malpas deti live ko. Go ahead, ading. Good night. Thank you for coming. In any case, every japamala has a special extra beads. The 109th bead, which dangles outside that balance circle of 100 like a pendant, I used to think the 109th beads was an emergency spare, like the extra button of a fancy sweater or the youngest son in a royal family. But apparently, there is an even higher purpose. When your fingers reach this marker during prayer, you are meant to pause from your absorption in medi- meditation, and thank your teachers. So here at my own 109 beads, I pause before I even begin. I offer thanks to all my teachers who had appeared because me this year in so many curious forms. But most especially, I thank Guru, who is compassion's very heartbeat, and who is generously permitted me to study at her asarm while I was in India. This is also the moment where I would like to clarify that I write about my experience in India purely from a personal standpoint and not as theological scholar or as anybody official spokesperson. This is why I was not be using my guru's name throughout this book, because I cannot speak for her. Her teaching, her teachings speaks best for themselves, nor while I reveal either the name of the location of her ashram, thereby sparing that fine situation publicity which is may have neither the interest in nor the resources for managing. One final expression of gratitude. While scattered names throughout this book have been changed for various reasons, I've elected to change the names of every single person I met, both Indian and Western. At this asaram in India, this is out of respect for the fact that most people don't go on a spiritual pilgrimage in order to appear later as a character in a book, unless, of course, they are me. I made only exception to the self-imposed policy of anonymity. Hi! Thank you, Aida. How are you? Magandang gabi. You know, Aida, I am reading the book. See? Eat, Pray, Love. It's like the author said, it's like she came to India and make this book at herself. One last thing, I asked Richard if was okay him if I said that would be totally fine. He said, I've been trying to figure out to get the word out about anyone. But first, Italy. Had your dinner, Mom? Yes, I had my dinner. I had my dinner already. How about you? Have you taken your dinner? Have you taken your dinner? So I think it's quite interesting, this book. So I read while my waiting for you all to come and attend my live, because why I am doing this for my WH, it's really quite low, because I've been this past few months, I've been taking care of my father for 6 months, and then said to say he passed away last August too. So I cannot work it out with my YouTube channel. So now I have the time. I need to grow up again for my WH. So thank you for your support, guys. So while I'm waiting for your support, I am reading this book, okay? If you don't mind, just write Waida. Waida, just write, and then I will reply you as soon as I can. I wish Giovanni would kiss me. Oh, but there are so many reasons why this would be a terrible idea. To begin with, Giovanni is 10 years younger than I am. And like most Italian guys in their 20s, he still lives with his mother. These facts alone make him an unlikely romantic partner. Going to dinner, Mom, today? Week off. Oh, yeah. Today is your day off. Saturday. Yeah, Saturday night. So you're going to have a dinner with your going for dinner. Today, week off. Lentil, rice, and coconut curry. We curry for dinner, Mom. Yes, I am listening, Mom. Yeah, thank you. Wow, it sounds yummy. It sounds delicious. I like the lentil with coconut, cooked with curry, the lentil. Wow, it's yummy. It's delicious. I love it. I love it. To where are I am. To which the savvy observer might inquire, then why did you come to Italy? To which I can only reply, especially when looking across table of handsome Giovanni. Excellent question. Giovanni is my tandem exchange partner. That sounds like an innuendo. but unfortunately is not. All I really means is that we meet a few evenings a week here in Roma to practice each other's language. We speak first in Italian, and he is patient with me. Then we speak in English, and I patient with him. I discovered Giovanni is a few weeks after I'd arrived in Roma, thanks to that big internet cafe at the Piazza Barberini across the street from that fountain with the sculpture that sexy mermaid blowing into his coat shell. Giovanni is not the mermaid, has posted a flyer and the bulletin board explaining that a native Italian speaker was seeking a native English speaker for conversational language practice. Right beside his appeal was another flyer with the same request, word for word, identical in every way, right down to the typeface. The only difference was the contact information. One flyer listed an email address for somebody named Giovanni. The other introduced somebody named Dario. But even the home phone number was the same. Mom, your reading sound and accent is beautiful for listening now. I am enjoying your reading. Wow, thank you, Giovanni. Thank you, Waida. Thank you. It was Giovanni who wrote back this very probation message. Even better, twins. Yes, much better. Tall, dark, and handsome. Identical 25 years old twins. Hi, Megalog, shout out. Des blogger, how are you? Where are you from, Desi? Desi, please go and thumbs up my live and subscribe me, please. Please. This silly blogger. So, where I am. Here, as it turned out, with those giant brown liquid center Italian eyes that just unstitched me. After meeting the boys in person, I began to wonder if perhaps I should adjust my rules somewhat about remaining celibate this year. For instance, perhaps I could remain totally celibate except for keeping a pair of handsome 25-year-old Italian twin brothers as a lovers. Oh no. This was slightly reminiscent of a friend of mine who is vegetarian except of bacon, but nonetheless. I was already composing my letter to Penthouse, and the flicking candlelight shadows of the Roman cafe, it was impossible to tell whose hands were cares. But no, no, and no. I chopped the fantasy off in my word. This was not my moment to be seeking romance. And day follows night, the further complete care of my already naughty life. This was my moment to look for the kind of healing and peace that can only come from solitude. Anyway, by now, by the middle of November, the shy, studious Giovanni and I have become dear buddies. As for Dario, the more Russell's Tussle's swigger brother of the two, I have introduced him to my adorable little Swedish friend. Are you there? Mm, the more I have introduced him. Okay. Sophie, how they've been sharing their evenings in Rome in another kind of tandem strange altogether. But Giovanni and I, we only talk. Well, we eat and we talk. We have been eating and talking for many pleasant weeks, now sharing pizzas and where am I? Gentle grammatical corrections. And tonight, hello, has been no exception. A lovely evening of new idioms and fresh mozzarella. Now it is midnight and foggy, and Giovanni is walking me home to my apartment, though this back street of Rome, which Mander originally are organically around the ancient building, like bayou streams snaking around shaded chunks of cypress groves. Now we are at my door. We face each other. He gives me a warm hug. This is an improvement. For the first few weeks, we would only shake hands. I think I wear to stay in Italy for another 3 years. He might actually get up the juice to kiss me. Wow. On the other hand, he might just kiss me right now. Tonight, right here by my door, there's still a chance. I mean, were pressed up against each other's bodies beneath this moonlight. And of course it would be a terrible mistake, but it's still such a wonderful possibility that he might actually do it right now. That he might just bend down and ha, no. He separates himself from the embrace. Good night, my dear Liz, he says. Buona noche, caro mio, I reply. I walk up the stairs to my fourth floor apartment all alone. I let myself into my tiny little studio. Studio. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Ah, I cannot. Where I am. He separates himself. I am alone. I am alone. I am alone. I am completely alone. Grasping this reality, I let go of my bag, drop to my knees, and press my forehead against the floor. There, I offer up to the universe a, a fervent prayer of thanks, first in English, then in Italian, and then just to get the point across in Sanskrit. Hello? Nobody there? I no. Yes, there is 2 million in the house. Or 3. My nose is itchy. Page 2. Page 2. And since I am already down there and in supplication of the floor, let me hold that position as I reach back in time 3 years I el, er, 3 years earlier to the moment when this entire story began, a moment which also found me in this exact same posture, on my knees, on a floor, praying and what you say? Everything else about the 3 years ago since was different through the time. I was not alone, not in the upstairs bathroom of the big house in the suburbs of New York, which I recently purchased with my husband. It was a cold November, around 3 o'clock in the morning. My husband was sleeping in our bed. I was hiding in the bathroom for something like the 47th consecutive night. And just during all those nights before I was sobbing so hard, in fact, that a great lake of tears. I snot inferior, if you will, of all my shame and fear and confusion and grief. I don't want to I don't want to be married anymore. I was trying so hard not to notice, but the truth kept insisting itself to me. I don't want to marry anymore. I don't want to live in this big house. I don't want to have a baby. But I was supposed to want to have a baby. I was 31 years old, my husband and I, who had been together for 8 years, married for 6, had built our entire life around the common married for 6, had built common expression that after passing the doddering old age of 30, I would want to settle down, have children. But then we maturely anticipated I would have grown weary of traveling and would be happy to live in a big, busy household full of children and homemade quilts with a garden in the backyard and a cozy stew bubbling on the stove top. The fact that this is a fairly accurate portrait of my own mother is a quick indicator of how difficult it once was for me to tell the difference between myself, the powerful woman who has raised me. But I didn't, as I was appealed to the finding out want any of these things. Instead of my twenties had come to dawn. Ay, nako! So hard to read, man. With the accent, man. Very hard to read, man. So how many minutes more? Huh? A close that deadline of 30 had loomed over me like death sentence. And I discovered that I did not want to be pregnant. I kept waiting to want to have a baby, but it didn't happen. And I know what it feels like, so want something, believe me. I will know what desire feels like, but it wasn't there. Moreover, I couldn't stop thinking about what my sister had said to me once as she was breastfeeding firstborn. Having a baby is like getting a tattoo on your face. You really need to be certain what you want before you commit. How could I turn back now though everything was in place? This was supposed to be year. In fact, we'd been trying to get pregnant for a few months already, but nothing had happened, aside from the fact that in an almost sarcastic mockery of pregnancy, I was expiring. I was expect. I was experiencing PC, piso, somatic morning sickness, nervously throwing up my breakfast every day. And every month, when I got my period, I would find myself whispering furtively in the bathroom. Thank you, thank you, thank you for giving me one more month to live. Ay, lako. Hello? Hello? I've been attempting to convince myself that this was normal. All women must feel this way when they're trying to get pregnant. I decided was the word I use, avoiding too much. More accurate description. Utterly consumed with dread. I was trying to convince myself that my feelings were customary, despite all evidence to the contrary, such as the acquaintance I'd run into last week who just discovered that she was pregnant for the first time after spending 2 years in a king ransom infertility treatments. She was ecstatic. She had wanted to be a mother forever. She told me she admitted she'd been secretly buying baby clothes for years and hiding them under the bed, where her husband wouldn't find them. I saw the joy in her face. I recognized it. This was the exact joy my own face had radiated last spring, and then I discovered and the magazine I worked for was going to send me assignment to New Zealand to write an article about the search of giant squid, and I thought I until I can feel the exotic about having a baby, and I felt about going to New Zealand to search for a giant squid. I cannot have a baby. Hi, Mom L and G official. Make a love shout out. Please like my live. Thank you for coming. Hello. I'm reading this Mom MLG. Eat, pray, and love. I think it's quite interesting. I just started. started. I'm only on page 2 now and page 3. I don't know. I don't want to be married anymore. In a daylight hours, I refuse that thought, but at night it would consume me. What is a how to say? What a catastrophe. Mhm. How would I be such a criminal jerk? as projected this deep into a marriage, only to leave it. We just bought this house a year ago. Hadn't I wanted this nice house? Hadn't I loved it? So why was I hunting its halls every night, now howling like mad? Wasn't I wasn't I proud of all we'd accumulated? The prestigious home in the Hudson Valley, the apartment in Manhattan, the 8 phone lines, the friends and the picnics and the parties, the weekends spent roaming the aisles of some box-shaped superstore of our choice, buying even more appliances and credit. I have actively participated in every moment, the creation of this life. So why did I feel like none of it resembled me? Why did I feel so overwhelmed with duty, tired of being the primary bread primary breadwinner and the housekeeper and the social coordinator and the dog walker and the wife and the son, to be a mother and somewhere in my stolen moments a writer? I don't want to be married anymore. My husband was sleeping in another room in our bed. I equal parts loved him and could not stand him. I couldn't wake up. I couldn't wake him to share my distress. What would be point? Had already been watching me fall apart for months now, watching me behave like mad woman. We both agreed that word. I only exhausted him. We both know that was something wrong with me and had been losing patience. He's losing patience with it. We'd been fighting and crying and we were weary, and that way the only couple who marriage is collapsing can be weary too. We had the eyes of refugees. The many the many reasons I didn't want to be men's wife anymore are too personal and too sad to share here. Much of it to do with my problem, but a good portion of our troubles with related his issues as well. The only natural there is only two figures in a marriage. After all, two votes, two opinions, two conflict sets of decisions, desires, and limitations. But I don't think it's appropriate me for discuss these issues in my book, nor I ask anyone to believe that I am capable of reporting an unbiased version of our story. And therefore, the chromatic of our marriage failure will remain untold here. I also will not discuss here all the reasons why I did still want to be his wife, nor all his wonderfulness, or why I love. I love him, why I had married him, and why I was unable to imagine life without him. I won't open my I won't open any of that. Let it be sufficient to say that on this night we was still my lighthouse and uh, al- albatross and measure equal measure measure. The only thing more unthinkable than living was staying. The only thing more impossible than staying was living. I didn't want to destroy anything or anybody. I just wanted to sleep quietly on the back door without causing any fuss or consequences, and then not stop running until I reach Greenland. This part of my story is not a happy one. I share it here because something was about to occur, and that bathroom floor that would change forever the progression of my life. Almost like one of those crazy astronomical super events when a planet flips over an outer space for a reason whatever and its molten core ship relucting the spalls of altering the shape radically such the whole means of planet suddenly because oblong instead of why so hard to read. What happened when what happened was that I started to pray, like to God. So till next time again for page 3. Bye bye for now, guys. Thank you for hearing the story of Eat, Eat, Pray, Love. But just I just read the part 1 and 2. So tomorrow is part 3. Page 3, I mean. Page 9. Part 3, page 13. So I think this is all for now. And have a good night's sleep. And have a good night's sleep, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming into my life. See you again tomorrow. Oh, see you again tomorrow. Bye. Thank you. Thank you.